Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, The Show Off, and I'm back with another video. So today, I wanted to take a minute to talk about. Um, co-parent, namely those fathers who step in, those guys who step in and play father roles to um, children that aren't theirs. Guys who are accepting the full situation, and why a man might be apprehensive about doing so. All right, so ladies, first of all, let's start here. To the ladies, any man that steps in and tries to nurture and be there for your child in ways like financial, um, uh, emotional, um, even being there physically, picking them up, taking them places, doing all of this stuff, spending time with them. Any man who does that, guess what? That is a bonus, y'all. He doesn't have to. He's not. He shouldn't even be required to. You know what I'm saying? That's just based off of the caliber of person that you pick. All right. It also should be a deal breaker. If y'all know, I did a video some months back where I was talking about deal breakers. If that is a requirement, that is a deal breaker that you should put out there early on and let him know, so he knows the deal and he fully understands what exactly he's getting into. But first of all, that is to be appreciated, and he should be put on a pedestal for it because it's not his responsibility. All right, so that is just a straight bonus for you. All right, now moving on. Here's some reasons. I'm gonna list a few reasons why a man may be apprehensive about that. First of all, he already knows off GP he's not going to have the full relationship of being a father. What that means is, in most cases, a woman is not willing to give the reins of him making decisions on that child's behalf. However, she's willing to ask him to add to the child's life as if he's the dad. So it only goes one way. Or a lot of times it's just basically having your cake and eating it too. So a lot of times a man might find himself in a situation where he's with a woman he loves or he wants to be with her, and then she has children who can be disrespectful, who can be troublesome, who can do things and basically make the decisions of which kind of actually guide the relationship in the direction that they wanted to go. Because if the kid doesn't like this dude for whatever reason, maybe the kid wants his parents to get back together or whatever the case may be. If the kid doesn't like this dude, they have an ability to be able to steer that relationship, because they can put her in a position where she has to pick between him and the children. All right. So that's one thing. Another thing would be, if the relationship should end, and I've cultivated this relationship with this child and put my time and my energy and money into this child, and the relationship should end. Now you and that child are at he and that child are at the mercy of what this mother's ego is going to tell her to do. All right, so to take a child that's been in your life for years out of this man's life is a hurtful thing. But you don't have no qualms about it because you're mad because of how the relationship ended or whatever the case may be. And a lot of times, most times, women don't even think about how the child will be affected before they decide that they're so angry and that they're seeing red that they're going to basically destroy this child's psyche, especially if this is a man who has been there and provided for this child and been there emotionally for this child and been there, to help the child grow over a period of time. Your child will be affected by it as well. All right. Now, is that fair to a man who came in and didn't have to do anything but stepped up and did the work that more than likely the father of the children won't do or doesn't even have the opportunity to do because mother and father live in separate houses. So this new guy that you bring in, this new individual that you bring in who has a heart of gold and does things for you and your children and tries to be there for your children, now all of a sudden you just take that, never mind what happened between y'all two, but you just going to try to hurt him but end up hurting your child. This is another reason why men are apprehensive about getting into these situations. All right. Another thing is, certain situations, the child is used as a pawn or even a weapon against this man. Upon being, really being able to manipulate certain situations because you are the biological parent and being used as a weapon. There are certain situations that children are weaponized against stepfathers, ex-stepfathers, or whatever the case may be. Um, and this is a thing about egos. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think the biggest thing is how willing are we to fully commit ourselves to that type of relationship? How willing are you to fully commit yourself to the relationship that you're asking him to have? You know what I'm saying? With your children. Because just because if let's say things don't work out, that don't mean they shouldn't have a relationship because they've been able to bring good to each other's life. And here it is. He had every good intention in mind when he was trying to have this relationship with your child, and he ends up being punished for that behind some other shit. And especially if he didn't do shit wrong, and your relationship ended because of you, and now he ends up on the short end of the stick because he's invested time, money, effort into this child, and now he doesn't even have a say on whether he gets to continue doing it and or if he doesn't. So that's why guys are real apprehensive about getting into a relationship with someone who has children. Not really getting into a relationship, but being apprehensive about taking on that role, because it's hard to believe that that role will be appreciated to the fullest. Y'all have a blessed night, man. I'm out. Show off.